Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Dio, and this is Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. It's been a little while since I've last recorded. If you've seen my update video or heard some of my other games I'm playing, I might have mentioned some things about it. I was kind of busy with work and getting a little overwhelmed with just how many nasty rules mistakes or rules I forgot or just abilities I had on my characters that I went ahead and just kind of took a rest for a bit. And I got back into this, and I kind of made an effort to try to organize things to be a little bit more clear. As you can see, I have some of the disorder cards on the board here. I went ahead and moved all the equipment off to the side. Same thing for fighting arts, and hopefully use this to kind of keep track of things better. And over here in on the character list, I went ahead and noted every character that has a specialization or any other notes of importance, like Sugume being cursed and Mamizo being retired, and of course Komachi with the Twilight Sword, and kind of went from there. And despite my efforts, I actually had to scrap a recording. It had to be scrapped. There was literally no way around it. Like I mentioned before, it's been a while since I last played, and I was like, all right, getting set up, kind of organizing things, got characters picked. And I was like, all right, we're gonna go beat up a Screaming Antelope level 2. Went through the entire hunt phase. Renazuki died during it, got eaten by a harvester. We got an extra population from overwhelming darkness. Yuka suffered 2 brain traumas and ended up becoming forcibly retired. And we made like 26 resource cards from the hunt itself. It was insane. I finished the video. I nearly forgot to leveled up, cut off the video, looked at the calendar, and realized I should be fighting a Butcher level 2. So I went through an entire hunt and showdown phase that was filled with, great victories and great despairs, only for them to wake up and realize there's a butcher outside the door, and that's what the reality is. So, luckily, I didn't save anything, and it was easy enough to kind of revert back thanks to that. So, just wanted to tell that story because it was just another situation where I messed up significantly despite my efforts. But now that I know I need to deal with the butcher, that means this video is going to be a lot shorter than the hour-plus video that I scrapped. So, Butcher level 2, let's go ahead and get started. I got the book in front of me. But yeah, you can see on the hunt track here, like the antelope nearly ran off the board because of events. I hit every hunt position except for the last one. It's pretty impressive. Anyway, level 2 butcher. We need to get some pillars out. One there, and one down here. I'll talk more about what team I'm taking. It's probably not the best team to take, to be honest, but I'm not going to change it now. Like I said, it's been rough. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get a random terrain card, but first we're going to go ahead and search and take out the first stone column. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Oh, I did look up a few things about like shuffling in general. It does supposedly shuffle it like a physical shuffle, at least from what they said, and I did a few tests on on the scrap video, and it looks like they do cut the deck and things like that and take that into account. So what, as you probably have noticed, when I shuffle, I'm like spamming it like this, which kind of defeats the purpose of shuffling, because if you shuffle enough times, you'll eventually revert back to where you were with perfect shuffles, essentially. So what I'm probably going to do is I'll shuffle a bunch in the start, and then during showdowns and things like that, I'll just shuffle once and try to keep myself from just spamming it. Anyway, so we're going to shuffle this a bunch, and then top card. Nightmare Tree. Okay. And then we are taking the antelope, the Screaming Bracers, so we do get a Canthus plant. I mean, the good news is, finding the Screaming Antelope got the blood flowing, we'll say that much, as well as kind of get me re-familiar with the rules, I guess. Silver lining. Alright, so level 2 Butcher is 12 toughness, 5 movement, 15 cards, Frenzy Berserker, Fast Target, dreaded trophies, and infectious lunacy. So everything's the same except Berserker is now Frenzy Berserker, which means he draws 2 extra AI cards instead of 1. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. Yes, I know I could just take 1 and then just take the deck, but I'd rather not do that. Alright. Okay. Got that going. We need a hit location deck for Butcher. Has 15 hit locations. Okay. Done. So let's go ahead and get stuff set up. We do have Acanthus plants to play around with. Not that we really need it that badly. It has to be 5 spaces away from all board edges. So like there. This thing is actually worthwhile to search, but I don't think I have the time to search it. Because I definitely want the Broken Lanterns from it. Alright, and then Acanthus plants have to be 6 spaces away from all other Acanthus plants. Not that it matters. I'm not going to have time to search this. I'm gonna go all in on this guy. That's the plan. Actually, I could have Renazuki search it. Do something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So we can do something like that and start gradually getting Renazuki over. Because Renazuki has only got 1 leg. Anyway, I'm taking all these people just so I can try to get their masteries done. We'll see how it goes. Luckily, this fight only gives 1 hunt experience, so it's not going to age them too quickly, unlike the Antelope. Anyway, so I guess I should talk about the team. So I got Renazuki here. He's pretty much just going to be blocking and doing the usual stuff. Let's go ahead and swap out the sickle for right now. Oh, actually, keep the sickle, because you can get the Acanthus plants easier. Indeed. Alright. Pretty much counterweight axe, beacon shield. Pretty much just going to be here to... I'm hoping to get 1 hit in with him, but more than likely he probably won't get it this time. What is it? Lunacy. There it is, Infectious Lunacy. I'll get this set up. I think what I'll do for the Infectious Lunacy is... what's it look like if I add, like, dots to it? And it's not the best luck. But it's enough. Yeah, we'll just add dots to it. That'll be something. Alright. We'll put you there. Paste and paste. And there. Okay. You don't have Acanthus anymore. That was from the hunt that didn't happen. Alright. Yeah, so Sickle's fine. I've already departed, so I can't switch my gear anyway, so I don't know why I was bothering. Also, I need to actually get people set up. We do have Shrine active, so it's going to be 3 to all locations with the Rawhide set. And then +1 Insanity. From the paint, and then +2 Survival from Acanthus, +4 Departing Survival, and our max is 7. So she's going to be at 7. Everyone's pretty much going to be at 7 because of the Acanthus plant, so we're just going to go ahead and do that now. And then Ringo, it's going to be 5 arms, 5 bodies, 6 waist, and 5 legs. Her screaming set's either 2 or 3 armor, depending on whether it's a skirt or a helmet, or the others. And then +2 because of the full set, and then +1 because of the shrine. And then +1 insanity from the war paint. And then another 3 insanity on arrival because of the leg warmers. And then for Yuka here, I already did Yuka. She's good to go. Go to Hatate. It's got the blood paint and beast dual wielding beast knuckles of death. She's going to have 2 in all locations thanks to white line set. And then +1 for the completed set. Excuse me. And the +1 from Shrine. And then she's going to get +1 insanity and survival and all that nonsense. Alright, Renazuki is going to get no survival because it's Renazuki. He's going to get 2 insanity from the leather mask. And then another 1 from the paint. And then he is also going to get... the armor is 3 in all locations, +1 because of the full leather set. So that brings it up to 4. He has a beacon shield, which is another 2 to all locations, bringing it up to 6. And then he has the shrine active, which will give him to 7s. So, no survival, but he can definitely take a hit. Anything else of note from that? No. And then for special abilities and stuff, Quixotic, he is insane. If you are insane when you depart, gain +1 survival and 1 strength token. He is insane, so he gets a strength token. No survival. Ambidextrous, doesn't matter. Clutch Fighter, doesn't matter at the moment. Hitate has Anxiety and Immortal. And Tough and Extra Sense, doesn't matter. Leader, Thrill Seeker, Anxiety. So we have 2 people with Anxiety, so I just picked somebody to get the priority target. And then on arrival, Rhythm Chaser does become active, which we're going to immediately arrive. So she gets +1 evasion. And then Yuka here has no fancy traits or anything that's going to trigger. So that takes care of all of that. I think that's everything. Hopefully I didn't forget anything again. And yeah, I'm not going with the cat's eye, so don't worry about any of that. Just for memory's sake, Frenzy Berserk. Oh, is it Frenzied? Yeah. So, Frenzy Berserker. I'll leave the Diabolical on because we know what we're going to hunt next after this. So here's Frenzy Berserker. Dreaded Trophies. And fast target. There you go. Okay, all that's taken care of. I think all that's left is just to get started. So hopefully I don't make any more further mistakes. Okay. So, everyone's got their survivals? Everyone got their survivals. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started with Renazuki. He'll search the plant. He does have a sickle. So he gets to roll 2d10. You can see all the rolls I did before. From the previous fights and all that nonsense. 16 is a fresh acanthus. So I'll go ahead and grab that. Good stuff. Fresh acanthus get. Next turn I'll start going for the tree. Every character can search the tree once. It doesn't get removed. So, how do I want to do this? Let's go Ringo first. So Ringo's going to do dash. then I'm going to probably do some stuff. Spend in a straight line. If you move 4+ spaces, stop and chase the monster, suffers, and -1 toughness. Yeah, I can do that. And what her armor set can do is when she charges, after you slam, spend an action to move 1 space and activate melee weapon with +2 strength. So we'll go ahead and... So she's going to dash to get to the minimum range, and then she'll do her regular movement to do her slam, and then she'll attack. Okay, so it moves forward. It's going to get -1 toughness, getting forcibly moved back 1. Then we follow up because of the screaming armor set. All right. Ringo has no bonus speed, so it's going to be 2 attacks on 7s, 6s, 5s. She hits on 5s because of blind spot. Oh, a correction. Someone did point this out on one of the previous videos that Ringo gained honorable disorder when she shouldn't have, because the event said that if insane, gained a random disorder, and she was at 2 insanity, so she wasn't insane. So that was my bad. I corrected it. It didn't really affect anything, so it wasn't too big of a deal. All right. Anyway, oh, I have to set somebody as a priority token. Priority token is going to go to... Oh, also, Hatate is insane, which means she can't actually spend survival, so I'm actually going to have her start over here. Or over there, rather. The plan is just to search the tree, since she can't reach anyway. So yeah, we'll have her start there. Anyway, so 2d10 hitting on 5s. 1 hit. I've already shuffled that, so top card. Furious Scrag. This is the only spot that can be critted, and if you death blow it, stuff happens. Alright, so he has -1 toughness, so he has only 11 toughness now. I get +2 strength because of the armor set ability with the slam. And then Ringo has 5 strength, so that's 7, and then the mace itself is 3, so it's going to be a total of 10. So 1d10 plus 10. All right, that is our first wound. Done. All right. Next, I will go ahead and have her surge in place. So one thing I want to just make sure, until end of round. So as long as the round is still active, it's -1 toughness. And I think the +2 strength is only for that 1 attack. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do it again. This time we'll only have 8 strength if we do hit, because I can't do anything further. 2 hits. 1 and 2. Furious Bellow and Gut. The Butcher is knocked down. All survivors get +1 courage. Okay, I will go for the Gut first. 1d10. She does have specialization in club, but all that does is give her double wound bonus or something like that, where it gives her like double strength essentially when wounding. Okay, 15. That is a wound, so everyone's going to get +1 courage, and he now becomes knocked down. So top card goes there. That was a weird effect. Yeah, that's a weird effect there. All right. So everyone gets +1 courage. Is it everybody? Yep. All survivors get +1 courage. So let's do that now. +1 courage. +1 courage. You're maxed out. You are not. Okay. And then the other location is another wound. Okay. Next, Yuka. 1, 2. She's going to dash. I'll roll to see if she keeps the point. She doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2. And she's going to go ahead and make her attacks. Yuka has no bonus speed. She attacks on 2s. Or sorry, she attacks twice with the sword. She would actually hit on like 2s, but since it's knocked down, it's always going to be 3s. So 2d10. 2 hits. 1 and 2. God, the color of like the top part of that of the hit location card makes me think it's like a trap card for each of these things. Anyway, Butcher's Mask and Butcher's... Seriously? Okay, no, Furious Gauntlet and Butcher's Mask. So he's knocked down right now, which means none of these reactions will actually trigger. So even the wound one won't trigger. So that's something to note. Scrap Sword is 3 strength. Monster Tooth Necklace with 2 red affinities brings it up to 5 strength. She has 5 strength by herself, so 10 strength in total. She does have King Step. I'm not gonna swap any of the hit locations. I can roll and pick the location, but it doesn't really matter because, like I said, he's knocked down. So 1d10 plus 10. All right, wound and wound. That's all we really need to know. All right, down to 10 cards left. I'm going to go ahead and have her surge. We are definitely mowing down this hit location deck, so I'm definitely getting higher and higher risk. She keeps her point. Alright, hits on 3s because of knockdown. 1 hit, top card. Cleaver, Impervious, deal no damage, gain +1 insanity. Boop. Alright, so that's done. And then Hitate will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, search the tree. 9 is a find decorative scrap, gain 1 Broken Lantern resource. So I'll go ahead and search this. Pretty much we just need to search until we get both the Broken Lanterns. Okay. Actually, I'll just shuffle it a bunch. Alright, and then anything else of note? Okay, that is it. Alright, that means it's now Monster's turn. There's not much we can do about it. Monster Controller will start with Hitate. Monster is going to get up. And things are going to get nasty. So, has to, so yeah, draws 2 additional AI cards. So we'll start with the first one. Screaming. When Screaming comes into play, all non-death survivors suffer 1 brain damage per monster level. At the start of the Butcher's turn, all non-death survivors suffer 1 brain damage per monster level. Discard Screaming if a survivor dies. Good news is that pretty much takes 1 card out of the deck. Bad news is everyone takes brain damage. So, 2. No longer insane. 2. Next, we need to deal with all of these. Infectious Lunacy. When you suffer brain damage, gain lunacy tokens equal to the damage suffered. So everyone's going to get 2 dots, which means everyone's going to get Infectious Lunacy next turn, which will pretty much shut down everyone's ability to spend survival. So, pretty much, we're going to have to blow our load at this point. Assuming we, get a chance to actually do anything. So, second AI card. Hack. Closest threat, facing. Closest threat. He has... What's his movement? His movement is 5. Closest threat, facing. That means it has to be in front of, I believe. So if there isn't any, it's going to be someone else. I'm just going to make sure that's correct while I still can. Hit locations, life traits, blah, 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 blah. Showdown phase. A monster is facing all spaces on the board that are in front of the miniature. Well, right now I had him starting facing up. Unless I didn't get a choice. I probably didn't get a choice, actually. I didn't get a choice. He should have been facing down. Yeah, he should have been facing down. So that's easy enough to salute. Now the question is, would that have influenced the rolls from before? No. It doesn't. I'm just checking to make sure. Yeah, everything was normal. Okay. The only part it would have been concerning about was the first couple attacks with Ringo, because she has least accuracy. But she still hits on 6s because of her plus accuracy, so she should have been fine. Yeah. Just making sure again. Yeah, there it is. So she rolled a 6 and a 4, hit once, did a 10, plus 10 because of the charge. Then she hit 2 more times. Then I started doing dashes. Yeah, so she hit with what she needed to hit with. Okay, so we're good. So I didn't break that. So anyway, hack. Oh, priority target. I would have set it on her, to be honest. So it doesn't really matter, actually, because of anxiety. I had 2 people with anxiety. Only 1 person could have the priority target token, so I have it on Ringo. You can ignore anxiety if the person has stinky gear, which she does. Never mind. Okay, so priority target is actually on Hatate. So that's what's going to happen. Okay. Good news is it's a new round already. Just making sure there's no other things to worry about. Okay. So monster's going to move. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Knocking her down, which will of course take away her token. I'm going to go ahead and let the knockdown happen. I'm okay with that. I'd rather not dash out of the way for something so trivial. Alright. And then hack. He does have +1 speed from being level 2. So 3 attacks, accuracy 4. So accuracy 4. Hatate has +1 evasion, so hits on 5s. No other bonuses, I believe. Yep. So 2 hits. We'll go ahead and roll the locations. 2d6. Head and chest. Since we're going to probably end up going frenzied anyway, and she has extra sense. Also, she's not skipping next hunt. That was last time. I believe so. Let me check something. Okay, yeah, I took a look. I think that was from the previous year, which means it would have worn off. Anyway, also I took a look at Sweet Battle and Leyline Walker. She has the ability to surge without spending survival. I don't know if that actually will matter in a second. Oh, you can. Let me check. Okay, so yeah, even with Frenzy, thanks to Sweet Battle, since you're technically not spending survival, you can actually still surge, which is pretty impressive. So Hatate is kind of a beast. Anyway, so I'm still going to spend the survival to dodge, because she's not insane at the moment, so Immortal does not prevent her from doing that. And that'll take care of that. And then there's still 1 more AI card. Actually, when does priority target get removed? She might be targeted again. If that's the case, I might let myself take another hit, or might take one of those hits. We'll see. Priority targets. As always, there's always some sort of edge case I feel I find. So yeah, priority target gets removed if someone else gets priority target. So that's why only one gets applied when there's 2 anxieties. And it gets removed when you're picked as a target. So she's actually been picked as a target. And then we could draw the 3rd AI card, which is another hack, which is closest threat facing, which is her. So either way, she's going to get hit a bunch. So 3d10. Only 1 hit. I can't dodge it this time because I'm out of dodges. And it's going to be 2 damage to the waist, it looks like. And she gets a bleed token. So yeah, got 2 hacks, not bad. Yeah, overall that was not too shabby. It's now our turn. Also, since she's not insane, the immortality thing was not going to trigger or anything like that. Alright, so it's our turn. I'm going to go ahead and have Renezuki move up and search the tree. +1 Broken Lantern resource, perfect. So we don't need to search anymore unless we really want to get a Lonely Ant, which I don't care about a Lonely Ant. Alright. We'll still keep this up just in case. And yeah. Oh, also, shuffle the oh, I should have shuffled only once. I apologize. That's okay. Alright. So it's our move. I'm going to go ahead and have Hitate just start swinging. Yep. So she's going to go ahead and activate Blood Paint, which is going to activate both gears. She doesn't have plus speed, except the fact that she does because of her White Lion set. She's using guitars with the White Lion set, which gives her +2 strength and +1 speed. So we got to go in order. Only one of them, one of these attacks will have the paired effect. The other one will not. So the first one's going to get paired. So it's going to be 2 speed from the knuckle, 2 speed from the other knuckle because of paired, and then +1 speed because of the armor set bonus. So 5 attacks. She hits on, Hitate has -1 accuracy because she's blind. So she hits on 7s, which hits 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow. Alright, I'm amazed that happened the way it did. Don't move if already adjacent, so I don't need to worry about that one. So the only one that can even do anything to her is Fury's Gauntlet. So I'm just going to go for Fury's Gauntlet first, and if I have the guitar specialization, so I can ignore the first effects of the effects of the first hit location, or the reactions of the first hit location. So 4 strength from Beast Knuckle, 2 strength from Armor Set, brings us up to 6. Hitate has 4 strength, so it's going to be 1d10 plus 10. No more minus toughness, so this thing does have 12 toughness. Alright, that is a wound to the gauntlet. Then we'll go ahead and do pick shoulder. Wound to the pick shoulder. 1 to the greaves. Wound to the greaves. And then the last one's Cleaver, which is just going to give her +1 insanity. Boop. Okay. And then I have to roll the other location because I did activate Blood Paint. It's going to be 2 speed, no paired, and then +1 speed because of the armor set, because they're 2 separate attacks. So 3d10. 1 perfect hit, 1 regular hit. Oh, also since I did wound, it was going to be -1 toughness. It doesn't really matter. I have +10 strength, which means I wound on anything but a 1 anyway, so it is what it is. Anyway, 2 cards. There it is. It was bound to happen eventually. 1 bleed token, knockback 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 bleed. And then basic action. Which is pretty much just hack. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3d10. One hit. 1d6. Hits the arm for 2 damage and gives her a bleed. She's getting a little bloody, to say the least. Alright. She's still on her feet. I'm going to go ahead and use a survival to shout out Ringo. Then Ringo can have her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to go ahead and have her shout up Yuka. Then dash. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright, so I need to reshuffle the deck. There we go. Shuffle only once this time. Alright, so 2 attacks hitting on 6s. Two hits. Okay. Move forward and cleaver. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll. 1d10 plus 8 as a wound. Would have actually been a crit, but she can't crit that location. Alright, and then plus 1 insanity. Okay. And then Yuka will go... Actually, I'll have Ringo Surge. Make 2 more attacks. Well, I still can. 1 perfect hit. So perfect hit means -1 speed token until end of turn. Which is actually really useful for something that gets multiple attacks. So I'll go ahead and mark that with a blue dot to show that that's happened. Okay. Furious Breastplate and the Vambraces. Whew, that Headhunter scares me. Alright, I'm going to start with the Vambraces first. 1d10 plus 8. Oh, also, what was it? A perfect hit on specialization. Club specialization. On a perfect hit, double your wound attempt total on the first selected hit location. Oh, in that case, I'm going to pick the breastplate first. So whatever. Double your wound attempt total on the first hit location. Okay. All right. So 30. Definitely a wound. And then we'll go for the Vambraces next. This one will not be doubled. Failed to wound the second hit, which means it does get the counterattack with basic action. So it's going to turn towards me and aim for my head. It has -1 speed. So that's the good news. So it's going to get 2 attacks. So it is 4 accuracy. Ringo has 2 evasions, so that brings up to 6 already, so they're misses. But she also has 7 and 8 because of Monster Grease and the Green Affinities, so it only hits on 8s, so both are missed. Alright, so we're good to go on that front. Shame that we didn't get another wound. It's down to 4 cards left. Pretty much we need to do as much damage as possible before the screaming hits. That's pretty much what I'm trying to do here. Renezuki's already done his actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to surge. Or sorry, I'm going to dash. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the blind spot. I'll roll to see if I keep the point. I do not. So Yuka goes down to 5 survival. And now makes 2 attacks. 2 attacks. I'll go ahead and just do that. Perfect. Okay, they're going to hit no matter what. Perfect hit also gives her +4 strength. Not that she needs it. And then top 2 locations. Alright, Cleaver and Armored Pig Shoulder. I get to roll first, so I'll roll first and then pick the location. So if I fail the wound, I'll just pick the other location. 1d10 +4 from the bonus, +3 from the weapon, +2 from the necklace, and then she has like 5 strength. She's insane. It's freaking Yuka we're talking here. So that's what? +14? Okay, well, can't credit anything, but I did wound that location. So wound, top guard, and then she gets +1 insanity. +1 insanity. I'm going to go ahead and surge. Do not keep the point, not that it matters, because I'm not going to be able to spin Survival soon anyway. 2d10. Yeah, just the base accuracy alone will, and the accuracy bonuses and being in the blind spot, yeah, it's just, I'm going to hit. I hit on 3s, by the way, if it mattered. So, alright, top 2 cards, could be a trap at this point. No trap. Furious Crown and Scrag. So you can crit one of these locations. I get to roll first, then pick the location, so I'll do that now. This does not have the +4, so it's going to be just a total of +10. So 1d10 plus 10, that is a crit. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Furious Scrag, just so I can get the Mighty Strike fighting art. Not that I need it, but it's a little bit more enjoyable than Thrill Seeker. So Mighty Strike. Is this our first Mighty Strike? I know I've been in runs where everyone gets Mighty Strike. So Mighty Strike, all it does is whenever you get a perfect hit, you get +2 to your strength roll. It's very useful in a lot of cases. Yeah, gain +2 strength until end of attack. So on top of the Scrap Sword bonus, it's +6 now on perfect hits. Needless to say, she can hit hard. So it takes care of Mighty Strike, and then I need to roll for the other location. Which 13 is definitely a wound. Top card. So all he has left now is 2 hack cards. That's all he's got left, so I don't need to worry about kick or infinite kick. What I do need to worry about, though, is the fact that now I am out of actions. So, Monster Control is going to shift over to Yuka. Everyone is going to suffer Frenzy. There's no going by it. Everyone's going to take 2 brain damage, suffer Frenzy, get a bunch of bonuses, and just go absolutely batshit crazy. So let's just do it. Get it over with. He does still have the -1 speed, so we get to take advantage of that. So 2 brain damage, 2 brain damage, 2 brain damage, 2 brain damage, and then Frenzy, we're pretty familiar with at this point. 1d5 Insanity, +1 speed, +1 strength tokens. So speed, strength, speed, strength. So at this point, with Blood Paint, I would go from attacking 8 times to 10 times, because the speed applies to both. Speed, strength, speed, strength. So, we do need to get Renezuki a hit in. We need to get him a wound. Chances are he's not going to get it, but we're going to try. But before I do that, I need to roll. I'm going to roll 45 in order of the tabs above. So Yuka, Ringo, Hatate, and Renezuki in that order. Yuka gains 3 insanity. Ringo gets 2. Hatate gains 5, becoming insane. And Renezuki gets 3. Okay. Everyone's frenzied. And that is it for that. So, unless I try to surge in the middle of combat, which is an option I can do, I'm probably just going to focus on... I'm just going to let things happen here. So, I'm not going to... yeah, it doesn't really matter. So, like I'm saying it doesn't matter because literally there's 2 of the same card, and literally it's just going to be nothing but hacks. But just to play in order, we got hack. Also, is that the end of turn? At the beginning, so we'll go ahead and shuffle this now. Okay, so hack, 2 speed, +1 because of being level 2, brings up to 3, -1 because of the perfect hit I got with the mace, brings it back down to 2. 2 attacks. It goes after threat in front, which is conveniently Ringo at the moment. And Ringo currently, as I mentioned before, +2 evasion, +2 evasion, so +4 evasion in total. Let's see what we get. So 2d10, I can't dodge because I'm frenzied now. Okay, both missed. Next card. Oh, who'd have thought? Another hack. 2d10. 1 perfect hit. 2 damage to the chest and the bleed. The bleed's really what's going to be the danger. 2d10 and 2 misses. So, oh, I should have shuffled first. Sorry, guys. There we go. Oh, it's a hack. All right, so that was the last attack. I already rolled it. I just wanted to kind of keep the posterity going. And the controller was Yuka. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So that effect wears off. We're good to go on that front. Tate, I want you to move away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just get her away. She does a +1 movement, so I'll just go ahead and move her. She's already searched the tree, so no point to searching it. I can't search it again. I'm going to go ahead and have Renezuki move in and make his... he has 2 attacks, I believe. Yeah, 2 attacks. Or sorry, 3 attacks because of Frenzy. So 3 attacks hitting on 5s because he has +1 accuracy. 3d10. Okay. Alright, so he's not going to get proficiency. That's just not going to happen. Alright. Who do I want to start with? I'll start with Ringo. So 3 attacks. All misses. I can't surge. And then Yuka, 3 attacks. 3 hits, 1 perfect. I can't use weapon specializations or fighting arts, so the Mighty Strike will not activate, but the sword ability will. Okay. So I can't do specializations this time. So it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and go after Furious Breastplate first. It makes its toughness 14. Doesn't matter because I have currently +14 to my attack. So 1d10 plus 14 because of all those bonuses from I mentioned before. Hit. Alright, so there you go. First wound done. Let's go after Van Persist next. So 1d10 plus 14. Wound. And then Furious Shoulder. Wound. Alright, that's the Butcher. That was probably the smoothest Butcher fight I have ever had. Good news is, everyone but Renezuki got their specialization, which is it's a little tragic. I mean, as long I still have opportunities to get Renezuki what he needs, but it is what it is. Oh, actually, can I get it anyway? I don't remember. I'll check it. I think it's pretty much no, but I'll see. Alright, so I did some research. Unfortunately, there's no FAQ on this particular matter, which sucks. So the issue is the plus... So what's kind of interesting about the Nemesis encounters now is you don't... It says you get your +1 hunt experience. Then you get +1 weapon proficiency level or star axe proficiency levels. And before all of this, it says Victor, you can choose to get axe proficiency regardless of age milestones. Star means monster level, if you don't know. So that means you potentially get 2 axe proficiency levels, period. There's been some questions on whether or not you... Because usually the rule for proficiency is you don't get proficiency unless you wound with that particular weapon. But the Nemesis encounters specifically state that you get a proficiency in axe in this case, or a specific weapon like spear or fist, depending on the other 2 Nemesis encounters, which seems to quote unquote some people say that overrides the need to wound with a weapon, and that's kind of, and there's no FAQ on this, no information. the raw rules for proficiency is you have to wound with the said weapon to get a proficiency level as part of your reward. But the Nemesis encounters allow you to switch proficiencies and gain that proficiency even if you hadn't wounded with it, which is really strange. This can be kind of significant because gaining 2 proficiency in Axe, even though I haven't wounded, would give me mastery at this point. People have argued both ways. Either it's no, you don't get it, you have to still be able to wound with something. Some say it's just you watching the Nemesis encounter. I don't really have an answer. I'm going to go ahead and go Rule of Death here and just assume the worst, which kind of sucks because honestly this should be clarified and should be FAQ'd, especially years after 1.5 has already come out. But it is what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and say he doesn't get the proficiency. So if you can find something that specifically states otherwise, I'll add it. Otherwise, I'll just continue grinding for the Axe proficiency levels some other way. So Rinazuki does get +1 experience, so that's taken care of. Hatate will also get +1 experience and get +1 guitar. Ringo will get +1 experience, +1 club. And Yuka will get +1 sword and +1 experience. Alright, and then we get our rewards. Roll 1d10 and add the butcher level to the result. So this time it's going to be 1d10 plus 2. Since this was a level 2 butcher. 10. Butcher's Cleaver's rare gear. 1d5 broken lantern resources and a hunk of living flesh used to regrow 1 dismembered limb right now only. Rinazuki, you get your leg back. You got your leg back. You're back up to 5 movement. Look at you. Alright, so yeah. Gained, he gets his leg back. We get to roll 1d5. I don't remember if we already have a cleaver. I think there's 2 cleavers in the deck, so it doesn't really matter because they could be paired. So, real quick. We gain 2 additional broken lantern resources. These just get added to the to this already, so I'll go ahead and do that. Boop and boop. Alright. We do not have a butcher's cleaver. Yeah, it doesn't look like we do, so I'll go ahead and grab it. Excuse me. So it's a weapon, melee, axe, other. It's paired. It's sentient. You have to be insane to use it, and it's irreplaceable. So if you die with it equipped, you lose it. 2 speed, 5 accuracy, 5 damage. Very powerful axe. So I'll add that to the pile here. Okay, and then yeah, that's it. That's the battle. So. I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. When we come back, we'll deal with settlement phase, and hopefully I didn't make any other further mistakes. Like I said, you can try to correct me, but probably by the time you guys correct me on the proficiency thing, I'll probably Rinazuki would either be dead or something. Well, actually, it's easy enough to fix either way. Like, even if Rinazuki died, getting mastery back at this point would actually get me the innovation either way. So. By all means, if you can find a specific, actual, reliable source, rules call on it, by all means, let me know and try to link it. I don't know if you can actually link in comments, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm not too worried about it. I'm actually really happy with how the fight went. We got a few resources out of it, despite it being a Nemesis fight, and definitely making some progress. So, I'm the Depressed Kingdom Death Monster 1.5. See you guys next time.